To make the snowball ornament, you will need some bowls, water, tacky glue, glitter, plain white string, ornament hooks, scissors, tweezers, and some balloons. For the first step, you're going to blow up a balloon and tie an overhand knot. And if you find that it's not as round as you want it to be, you can actually cup it in your hand while it's forming, and that might help in making the balloon come out a little rounder. Then you can go ahead and take your ball of string and fasten it to your balloon. I find it's best to tie it underneath the knot of the balloon so that later on it will be a little easier to remove it. Then you can go ahead and start wrapping the string around the balloon, keeping it secure and making sure it's not coming loose anywhere, because you want it to keep its shape as best as it can while the strings are still wet. And here you can see that my snowball is looking pretty sparse, but you can definitely feel free to use much more string to make it look compact like an actual snowball. But once you feel that you like the look of it, you can go ahead and cut the string. And for security measures, I kind of found it best to just tuck the ends of the string underneath the rest to kind of prevent it from possibly unraveling on itself, because I'm sure the last thing that you want is a drooping snowball. The next step is to make the glue and water mixture, and for this you're just going to eyeball it because there's really no recipe, but you might not want to use too much water because you still want the mixture to be fairly sticky. And the amount that I made in this video was enough to cover just about 2 snowballs, but if you ever run out, you can always make more. But you're just going to mix the glue and water together until they're nicely incorporated. And then you can go ahead and take your balloon and roll it in the mixture until all of the strings are completely absorbed in the glue. And then you can just shake off the excess liquid. And then you can go ahead and transfer the balloon over to a clean bowl and start sprinkling on all the glitter. And you don't have to be clean about this because there's never enough glitter for a Christmas ornament. And then once you feel like there's enough glitter, you can go ahead and cut a small piece of string and securely tie it to the top of the balloon. And then once this is done, you can go ahead and just tie it to a rod or a hanger for it to dry overnight. And then once it's all dry, you can go ahead and take a pin or a pair of scissors and pop the balloon. And I must warn you that when you pop it, you might have an explosion of glitter in your face, which is what actually happened to me the first time. So that's a small warning. And sometimes you might find that parts of the balloon might still be stuck to the string, but you can just take your fingers or whatever can fit through the spaces and just gently peel it off from the strings. And then once that is done, you can go ahead and start removing the rest of the balloon from the ornament. You can just take your scissors and cut out the bottom of the balloon as well as the top. And here you can see that I'm just cutting it from underneath the knot, and I just find this helps making the rest of the pieces slide out more easily. Then you will be left with a glittery snowball ornament with which you can add an ornament hook or any type of string that you prefer. And once that is all done, it is ready to hang on your Christmas tree or decorate with it however you want. But this was really easy to make, and I hope you enjoyed this and decide to add some white to your Christmas this year too. Happy holidays!